AVNation.tv. We are here in front of the AVIXA booth at ISE 2019. We're here with David Labuskes. How are you, sir?
I am outstanding. How are you?
Doing fantastic.
Good.
Congratulations on another successful show.
Thank you.
You guys co-own this show with Cedia. ISE has been a tremendous success for at least the last 5 years that I've been here. Being able to witness the growth and the expansion has been phenomenal. Tell us a little bit about how this show is shaping up. It's Friday, it's the last day. We don't have final attendance numbers yet, but it's been very busy. It's looked packed. How are we feeling about the show?
I don't know how you could do anything but feel great about this show. The operations have been phenomenal. We have, I think, over 1,300 exhibitors in the show this year. It's the largest amount of space. It's 57,000 square meters of space in the show. We don't have final registrations because people, believe it or not, will register at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Yeah. What we do keep track of is the number of people that come through the door each day, and not through the door 5 times, but unique visitors each day. And those numbers are up 7 to 8% over last year.
Really?
We had our record day of attendance on Wednesday, day 2. I always have to pause and think what day is which at this point in the week.
I'm pretty sure it's Friday, but I'm not positive.
I'm thinking it is. And even, commenting on Friday, I mean, anecdotally, we don't have any counts obviously yet, but there's still a lot of activity here, and that was a big part of our marketing push, was to spread out the attendees. Okay. At 80,000 plus in a facility like the RAI, you really start to squeeze the building. There's only so many hamburgers that can be cooked in so much space.
Right.
So we're really excited about the show. We had the growth we wanted to have. We continue to internationalize the show, and the content behind the show, the content that enriches the experiences for the attendees, has really evolved over the last couple of years to where we offer 10 conferences working in collaboration directly as a partnership with Cedia, a partnership with ISE, and those conferences have been virtually sold out. At least the 2 that AVIXA sponsored directly were sold out.
Right.
And as I've gone around and checked all the others out, they've been full. So I think we hit that recipe correctly as well.
So let's talk for a minute about squeezing the ride. They've done a couple things this year to make it easier to traverse. In the past, it's been a challenge, especially midday, around lunch, first start of the morning, end of the afternoon. You could not get along the main corridor. How has the RAI really worked hard to help accommodate the size of this show, as well as how has AVIXA and ISE gone to allow those off-site venues like the show that's happening at Acura and all of those other locations?
Well, we wanted to work with the possibility of a satellite location. We wanted to see if there was an opportunity to give more attendees, more exhibitors, an opportunity to participate in the show. And so we looked at the Acura as really the closest next logical place where we could put activities. And as we started to examine it, it made sense to use that as a conference space. And so we put a lot of our content there. Speaking to the RAI itself, they have been fabulous partners. It's part of what made it such a challenge and difficult decision to move to Barcelona in 2021. There's a million, I was going to say maybe it's 10 million details that take place every day that none of us pay any attention to. We talk a lot about the additional temporary space. We talk about the number of people. Well, for every one of those successes, every temporary space that's built out, you lose 15 loading bays for trucks to move in and out of the building. You lose a place for a taxi stand. You lose a place for bus drop-off. You lose a place to put coats. You lose a place inside to sell hamburgers. And so those operational details, I'll shout out to Andre on Mike's team who runs that program. Mike gets the glory, I get the glory, Tabitha gets the glory, but it's these people behind the scenes that are focused on so much to make this show a good experience.
You see them everywhere.
You do.
You see staff members, you turn around and there's somebody everywhere doing something, making it happen.
Yep.
One of the things I wanted to touch on for a minute was the international flavor that you alluded to, as well as the diversity of attendees when I first started coming. And again, I've only been coming for 5 years, but it was Europeans everywhere. You did not see the North Americans, the South Americans, some of the Asians, and some of the other far-flung regions. That's changed a lot in the short 5 years, as well as we're beyond just engineers and the C-level suite people coming to the show. There's everyone down to junior techs, to end users and everything else. How has changing that marketing drive to expand the international side of this show? I've seen more friends from stateside than I ever have in the past. How have you gone about evolving the show into that?
Some of that has been intentional, some of it's been evolutionary. The enterprise decision makers, the key people that are determining how are they going to allocate their technology budget within their organization, we have specifically worked to bring them to this show. That's part of that content.
Right.
If you want to bring the CIO of a hospitality chain, then you need to have information or contact or peers for them to network with, opportunity for them to gain value. And so we have a Hospitality Tech Summit in conjunction with HT&G, another not-for-profit association.
Yes.
So that is a very specific, targeted group that we have worked towards. This show has about a 4% U.S. attendance. That is growing, but when you do the math, that's about 3,000 of 80,000 people that are here, right?
Right.
And then our partners, CEDIA, have 20-some thousand at their show. We have in Orlando this year, anticipate 45 plus or minus thousand people. You're never going to pull them
to
a European show.
Right.
But the exhibitors, the industry itself has reached a place where you can't wait until June, and you can't only here in February, right? So the key people are really starting to go to both shows.
Yes.
Attendance in all of our shows is growing, which is
fantastic news.
So we have faster growth here of the Asian marketplace in attendance, and yet our Chinese and Indian shows are the fastest growing shows on the planet in regards to percentages.
Yes.
On our shows on the planet.
I understand. I understand.
Make sure I'm not giving out fake
within
news.
our industry. Yes.
So I think that's a reflection of the fact that the value of connecting with people, particularly as the world's economy becomes more global, the need to meet with your partners, whether they're supply chain partners or commercial partners, increases. And when you have everybody here, that draws more people here, right? So, we were talking before the interview of how many meetings you had, how many people you were talking to. That's a big part of the value of the show.
Very much so. Very much so. So just before I let you go, next year is the last year for the foreseeable future at the moment. See how I left that wide open for you? We're going to qualify that for ISE to be at the RAI. Then in 2021, it's moving to Barcelona. We've heard all the news about that. Tell us what we can expect next year. And again, I realize I'm jumping ahead 12 months, but tell us what we can expect next year for the last year. Again, for now. We'll see, in Amsterdam going forward before we head into Barcelona.
I think you can expect a continued focus on content. You can't expect too many more exhibitors.
It's tight.
We have no more space. There's no more parking lots to put a pavilion on. So I think you're going to see us investing in the content. We're going to be investing in the attendee experience. We're going to continue to invest in having that appropriate mix. We'll take what was successful out of this show and apply it and learn from it and grow it. I am confident that it's going to be a stronger show than it was this year. I think it'll be a more relevant show. It's going to be, I'm sure, a bittersweetness to it. The RAI and Amsterdam have been a fabulous part of our history, and it's sad to say goodbye to them. I'm sure there will be some celebration and anticipation for Barcelona as well that'll put some flavor on this show.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank
you. If
you.
people want to find out more about ISE, more about AVIXA, if they're interested in becoming members of AVIXA, of course, all the education, that whole gamut, where can people find that information?
You can easily, it's avixa.org, and then you have right there from the landing page, you have access to join as a member. You should also check out our Insight page with the content and research that we're doing in the marketplace. That will actually help you close deals.
It's fantastic.
So look forward to it.
Definitely check that out. Thanks again for your time.
All right.
For more coverage from the show floor and to learn more about AVNation, please visit avnation.tv. That's avnation.tv.